3, so they couldn't really push in and make the pressure into the lane when Tempest was just focusing down the lane, just pushing in all the way to the core.
Yeah, I mean, it's an objective that forces you to arrive and fight for it directly, not interrupt it. Like maps like Dragon Shower allow you to interrupt. Like maps like Tower of Doom, which we'll have for Towers of Doom for game number 2 here, allow you to interrupt. So if you can use comps that allow you to interrupt and push harder, which don't force you to fight faster, then you can do a lot more, as you're saying. So this is the map pick of Tempest, and Mighty will again get first pick.
So far, I liked some of the changes that we see from Tempest. Lockdown Sonya, still a solid Sonya, and one of the best, I think, still, just from watching game number 1. I think they will try to prioritize Sonya a lot more. Maybe not on this map, because this one, maybe they need to pick up a global at least. Maybe a Dehaka pick, they need to go back to their old role, maybe having Sign or Honkono play Dehaka instead.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it just depends on the comp, right? I think the Sonya pick is really the defining one. I don't think there's really going to be many other heroes that force a swap. Like, there's always iconic heroes for these players, right? Like for Honkono, we might see him play tank if it's a Tyrael, for example. Muradin will never be played by Honkono. ETC will never be played by Honkono, not in this series, but yeah, there's this iconic swap heroes that Tempest can make work, and if that's how they're going to do their position swaps, I can't argue against it. Especially given that on his first ranged game of his career, HD2 played a good Tychus there. So we will see the Morales Oriole bans come through. Might as well just like skip this part of the draft.
And we remove 2 heroes from the band.
Okay,
Genji
so
once
2 for
again,
2.
I believe this time Mighty will have some other type of DPS along with Genji. Genji was doing some damage, but not enough to get any kills.
So this will be the 4th out of the last 5 games Mighty has played. This will be the 4th time of 5 they pick Genji in first rotation. So they clearly still believe that he is top tier and that they can support him. This time they will have the opportunity to pick a hero they didn't get to last time though, in Uther. Uther makes Genji so much more powerful. Divine Shield means that he can fully utilize his Dragon Blade, not just use it when he has Deflect available. This is going to be, I think, a huge game changer in terms of picks if they pick it up this time. They took Brightwing instead last game. I think taking Uther, if you really want to do this hyper carry Genji, I think you need to pick the Uther here.
Let's see what they want to do here. Sometimes they picked up Brightwing along with Tyrael, but Uther this time.
All right.
Just like their Sky Temple game last night.
Yes. Same draft. So this means Dragon Blade can be so much more powerful, and they didn't have anyone to empower that last game. They had Brightwing, who didn't even have Blink Heal, so couldn't even keep him alive, and they had Rhaegar. And Rhaegar's Ancestral is very difficult to cast on Genji, as we were talking about a lot yesterday, given his small health pool. And even if you do cast it, it doesn't make him immune to CCs, stuns, roots, things like that, which the Malfurion silence, the Malfurion roots, those things really ruined what BDG was trying to do last game.
Thinking about Marthael ban, it seems like Sonya may have a tough time against Marthael. On right hand, Sonya can lose lane against. But this basically guarantees that Mighty will play another Dehaka, a double global, unless they change something here. A very similar draft to what we had in game number 1 and also yesterday, when Mighty was versing Blossom. Love the fact that Tempest, what has worked in game number 1, they're not willing to change. There is no reason to change when it worked. What they have prepared and it worked against Mighty. Seems like they're having the exact same thing, and they have the very last pick, so they can just have that as an adaptation on what Mighty can change in the later part of the draft.
Yeah, so it was Tychus last time, and
maybe a little more.
If they want to do the same thing, they'll do the support lock-ins here, right? What would you like to see in terms of support? I would actually like to see Lucio here.
I think Lucio will be the pick for Honkono.
Yeah, I think you got to take the Lucio here. It's too much power in terms of rotational play. And the other, I guess they could just take Karzim again. They could put Hyde on the Lucio. Okay, well this means Honkono, Lucio, Hyde, Malfurion. I mean, look, his roots were perfect last game. Like, I can't say anything bad about them.
again against the Genji, who will be diving in along with Brightwing. I think they are picking Malfurion as a safety tool when they want to dive in. Malf will have the Ice Block and big Twilight Dream along with ETC's lockup. Meanwhile, Sonya and secondary DPS was doing the entire damage, melting down even Garrosh. If Genji's caught in that, Genji will be gone in less than 0.5 seconds.
Yeah. Could be like 0.4999, but it's not 0.5, man. A little bit faster.
Johanna this time.
So
they are willing to change a lot here.
Dahaka was the obvious choice once the ban came out onto Malthael. This is the playstyle of Mighty, the 1-1-3 split, and it's very strong on this map. Remember, we talked about how on the last map you were forced to go into the team fights directly in order to get the objective or to deny the objective, whereas on this map they could use Shield Glare and they could use Genji Poke, Uther Radiance to deny those altar channels to get the bell tower damage done that they weren't able to get done more directly on Infernal Shrine. So this is a better draft for the map, but they still may struggle in those team fights for reasons we already described.
Yeah, Joker is saying we have Blind now. Are you still going to pull out that Tychus? If you want to, you can do so, but Blind will negate all the auto attack damage that may come out. So he's wondering right now.
I still think Tychus is a decent pick.
Maybe they'll just have a mage here coming in.
A mage, that's an interesting thought. I feel like Genji deflects a lot of mage damage, though. It could be a Li Ming. Tychus again.
Still.
And because Sonya is so prevalent right now and HA2 clearly can play the Tychus, I think this is why this is happening. Okay, so both teams have tools they didn't have before. The Lucio is going to give a lot more speed boost, a lot more roaming for Tempest to deal with the composition of Mighty, the 1-1-3 split. But Mighty has Uther this time, which means the Dragon Blades we saw completely fail last game because of the roots, because of the Twilight Dreams, can be completely negated by a good D shield. So this game certainly could go either way here, as both drafts are solid. They both have identities and plans. Let's go into game number 2, guys, on Towers of Doom. In blue, Team Tempest. The favorites hide on Malfurion, Honkono on Lucio, Lockdown on Sonya, Sign on ETC, and H82 on Tychus.
And in red, Mighty. Joker on Johanna, BDG on Genji, Good on Dehaka, Nasang on Brightwing, and Magi on Uther.
Okay, let's see if this 1-1-3 split for Mighty works better this time on Towers of Doom. Tempest has better tools with the Lucio to deal with it. And also Lucio can do a lot to delay tributes when the Brightwing Dahaka split comes in on the triple. And mark my words, they will try to do that. Try to split them to get the either top or bottom ones alone, and then try to fight and delay the third one. That will happen with the double global comp. So Lucio can do a lot to help his team rotate towards that and also to delay it. Okay, here comes a gank attempt onto Sign.
He still has a power slide, I believe, so didn't have to use it even.
Yeah, that
waiting
was
for all the CC to just in case he cannot escape to use it at the last second.
Well, the shift, they're going to try to make it worthwhile, but at least putting Brightwing bot and putting the 3 mid. So it's a 1-3-1 in this case. Unusual, but very situation specific here.
This is something we didn't see from Mighty when they were having Sonya. Sonya was winning the lane anyhow, so they didn't really push any other resource onto Sonya to have an easier lane even. But look at Tempest, what they're doing, having Lucio to have that rotation now. It's easy for Azure Lucio to make the rotation from top to mid to bottom, but putting a lot more power so that the Haka basically has to lose the lane or leave the lane even. And getting that so far pushed from the beginning, because Tempest will be losing that global fight very soon.
I mean, we just saw Mighty delaying the rotation. They're going to do it again here. In fact, they're looking for a pick onto Hyde. Arcane Flare connects perfectly here. If they have a dash, that is dead Hyde. Looks like it was already used. But such a great trade for them going into this one. Tempest needs to use their healing fountains now And Mighty, they delayed the rotation spot several times. Tempest lost several minions there. Look at the experience. It's a small lead, but it's a lead nonetheless. Ping's coming through here as the rotation comes up from BDG. He wants to poke this down.
Oh,
look
nice
at the drag.
drag from Good, but will that be enough damage though? Just survives, has to tap onto the fountain, will get healed now, but
it's not about the kills, though. It's about the pressure, and now they're going to try to use Brightwing's Global to deny this one while also using Dahaka at the right side, as we talked about earlier. So Good will get this channel here. They're going to trade for Honkono. Unfortunately, he's the furthest one away, but now they have so many interrupts. This is such a bad spot for Tempest.
Because they know they have the globals, the early join for team fights. They want the pressure in from the beginning before their entire team joins. Tempest, they're split apart. Not a good positioning, but they have to gather in now. Nasang is pressured. Stop
Good power slide.
And we'll connect with the CC joint. Joker goes very low, but
It's just Iron Squid at a weird time, yeah. Does help him get away there. Okay, we're just going to see the teleport here to
for the pickup
reveal.
move.
Yep, reveal the area. Hyde needs to be interrupted here. I don't know if they have shield glare. Okay, they do. Hyde's very low on mana. This is a risky place for him to be. Joker trying to pull everyone away from lockdown.
That is so low, though. He gets taken out as he was tanking the entire team just alone because Hyde was focused and H82 was trying to do some damage onto the back line.
It's a really odd position because Tempest is down a member, but they have the better mana here. So they actually can win the fight still, even 4v5. And I think that Mighty is just simply going to start splitting away and delaying. That's what we're seeing so far. BDG even going down the bot. Genji the worst person to do this, but desperate times call for desperate measures. They're doing that 1-1-3 split now, with the 3 being the delayers.
Yeah, good thing about Genji is that Genji can just join into the team fight super quickly without the global.
Yeah, this is exactly what we talked about. This is exactly what the Platinum Mighty was always going to be. And
so
they have so many delay tactics with BDG. Oh, he's blocked, though, by Honkono. Arcane Flare will do it.
Barely. But meanwhile, Dehaka has been soaking top. That's the thing. And he does have Brush Tucker, and he joins the fight
going to
from
come.
the left.
This is going to be it. This is going to be such an important moment here. Tempest needs to crush this fight. Lockdown did a ton with that whirlwind.
Hyde is alone on top, though. They're looking for Hyde. A pick onto Hyde, doing tons of damage. Signs Forest Light stopping that, though.
Okay, it stopped a little bit there, but it wasn't enough. And Honkono is just doing what he can to help sustain this fight. Joker only hits Lockdown, but that might be enough. Will he be the first to die here? In this second exchange, he is. So 2 dead. 4 Tempest make it 3. And this is exactly what Mighty was supposed to do with their comp last game. What they did with it this time better in a wider area. And they delayed so well. On Infernal Shrines, you can't delay because they will eventually just chip everything down. But because on this map, it's channel-based, the objective is channel-based, you can use this comp to buy so much time, then get those globals to come in once the cooldowns are done. And now they're a level ahead, and they're winning in core health. Very well executed here for Mighty.
Nicely, they divided the positioning of Tempest, so Malfurion or along with ETC had to be alone, or if those two had to be onto the other side, and Malfurion on the other side, of course. Without Ice Plug, without Twilight Dream, cannot really save yourself. Well done by Mighty. They intended that position to help it happen in the team, but they're going to be greedy and take this one too.
Okay, here comes a teleport in from Brightwing as well. Sign is in poly range. Looks like they want to hit Honkono instead. Sign gets out. They are going to take this. Lockdown is getting extra soak top with this commitment to the globals. This is something that you certainly can do, especially when there's no objectives. It's just to have your solo laner stay when Brightwing leaves or when Dahaka leaves. He's heading up there now. You just want to control the sappers before the next objective. Sonya could actually take neutral sappers top. I think that's exactly what she's going to do. She is.
She has to, because they lost the camp. They're losing the macro fight, so in the meantime, they have to take some kills or they have to get their time back because they lost that much.
Well,
they were losing their camp.
Honkono saw Genji going up, so she stopped going towards the camp. Now it's being taken. She's going up there right now. Look, Genji has seen everything. He has all the vision. And this is actually a really risky position for Lockdown.
Genji is showing himself in the top because Good is going low. He knows that Lockdown is around somewhere and threatening Genji.
Ooh, Mighty should not commit to this. They're going to try to use their globals again to win this longer fight, but they already had vision. Everyone was coming up. This was greedy for Mighty. They are going to get punished. Great power slide here coming in from Sign. The punish is real, but they are going to trade here. BDG going to pick off H82 in the backline. They lose the cap. Well, they have better position now for this altar, and they're closer and closer to 10 with the soak they've been gaining all game long.
Nice punishment with the rotation. They spent too much time on that top camp, and side B.
Close call there. I wonder if he'll take stage dive, to be honest, because of all the globals that are giving them grief in this game. Might be a good opportunity to counter the 1-1-3.
Yep, I think very likely because the poly will of course be a threat to Mosh all the time.
Blessed too, and Uther can just divine somebody out of it.
Is Tempest going to try to fight this one? Maybe just to delay it. I mean, Lucio and Sonya, they are soaking in lane.
They just know they don't have tents. They have to do this. The problem is if they commit heavy, then the teleports come in from the global. So, okay, speaking of which, here's the first one. This is going to guarantee them. They're not even going to leave Dahaka.
They were at least going to draw one of the two globals. So nicely done by Tempest. Even if they lost, they know exactly what to do because they want to catch up in EXP if there's the Haka and Brightwing up, soaking up the exact same EXP as Tempest is doing. Then they have to call at least one of them to catch the EXP up.
Yeah. Well, I get the feeling that if Mighty wins this game, they're going to run the same comp and we're going to Cursed Hollow. I think the channel-based objectives make this comp so much stronger than something like BOE, which was banned by them, by the way. The only map where you cannot do the strategy at all.
I think that is that was their strategy from the beginning.
Exactly, and so they banned BOE, and I think they will definitely take us not to Sky Temple. That's where they definitely do not want to go. They want to go to Cursed Hollow. And this is a really cool strategy, man. It's not won them this game yet by any means, but again, they take a massive lead in terms of experience, more than they did on Infernal, and they have that core lead at the moment.
Even with that, it will be Mosh Pit. It is basically saying, use one of your heroics on me, or use the polymorph on me, because I will be the target. I will have my armor when I have the trait, because using that as a defensive tool, I think that's what he's looking for. And if he can catch Johanna and Brightwing at the same time, or even Uther, because he did not take cleanse, I think Sign wants to punish with a big Mosh Pit in the team fight.
So as we just saw, that Glow was Shuriken Mastery finishing. Silver Touch completed as well, but the Shuriken Mastery finishing means that Genji can actually do a lot more damage in these poking fights, and obviously it's to have him done this quickly at 9 is partially due to the fact he's been poking and delaying tributes so well this game. But that's a huge power spike for Genji when he does go this build, because they need that extra damage to secure the kills onto heroes like H82. Alright, this is a risky place for Tempest to be because of the potential Dahaka brushstock in.
Both teams sticking with the same strategy from game 1. After 10, Tempest wants to force a little bit pressure, a little bit more into the into a lane. Go try to take the bell tower now, as this is only one single altar phase as the Haka is pushing top still.
Oh, the Shield Glare misses. That's going to be the capture. One mistake like that is going to cost you big. Shield Glare here just a pixel off, it feels like, and they're still going to commit to the fight. Honkono is the target. Grab comes through, but again, a triple silence. Teleport coming through here onto BDG. He's got the shield here. Divine Shield was going to help him interrupt this Mosh, but still, already the kill into Dahaka. Joker doesn't have Iron Skin anymore. He's going to go down as well. And this is when things start to go wrong for Mighty. All it takes is one missed glare. They still committed to the fight. I think that was a mistake. They wanted to make sure they got at least something out of that tribute, something out of that altar, but ended up failing. Now they can't contest the boss, so it's like they essentially lost 2 altars and lost experience. So I think a bit of a panic moment there for Mighty to teleport the Brightwing in.
Yeah, definitely they panicked after. They could not really stop that. It was close from Joker, but just not stopping that was just careless mistake right there, as he was the one in front, also taking the most damage right after too. So he had to back up right after, but their positioning was a little bit off. Maybe they thought they canceled the channeling, so they were still going in for a slight moment. Really put them in a disfavorable positioning. Just everything went wrong for Tempest at that moment.
Well, let's see what happens now, because Mighty's no longer going to be fighting with that extra edge, right? They don't have the 10 advantage, they don't have 13 advantage. They are dead even on experience. 14 to 14. Scaling's the same here. Everything is the same, including the core health. We've reset the game, and Mighty is going to try to claw their way back into an experience lead using these globals yet again. It's actually going to be Joker in the solo this time. Trying to push these sappers through. Good positioning, though, to have it like this, because you can rotate down and collapse after getting this cap with the Brightwing mid and good top. They get the cap, and Brightwing, or sorry, Johanna, because she has good wave clear, can still be a solo in the bottom like that. So they have all lanes pushed. They have vision control, and they have globals. It's a really good position again for Mighty. Like, this is one of those positions where it's like, well, how could you mess this up? Let's find out if they can make this happen perfectly. Mosh pit's up in 2.
And let's see how far Dehaka can push into the bell tower, doing direct damage now.
Sign just trying to mount here. Holy Shock will dismount him. That's one of the reasons why this is a pick in Korea, by the way, to dismount and to poke. See it a lot in Korea specifically. Okay, Blessed Shield coming in. BDG, Dragon Blade coming through. He is silenced though throughout the duration. Divine Shield coming up a bit late. Mosh Pit entirely ignored here, in fact, as BDG does a ton of damage. Sound Barrier comes in at the end here, but it's not really going to save anybody. It's worn off now. Nasong survives through all this, but the Odin is the big damage dealer here. Burrow dodges the power slide, and there's no root follow-up.
Still lots of CC available for Fury in backline. Joker takes a ton of damage.
Oh!
Even the phase shift is not enough for him to survive that damage.
Okay, power slide comes through here, and that's a double here. As Nasong will fall. Pull into the bell tower will be the kill on Design. Can they get another one? Lockdown slowed. Ooh, I don't think they can get this. Will they commit the dash? They do.
And
Risky.
He actually misses the dash in, so he will... But gets a kill onto Tychus from the drag coming out from good.
So he was trying to get greedy to punish the dive forward. He was trying to hit the backline so they could get the wipe instead of just get the single kill. I think that's the first mistake we've seen from HA2 on this Tychus so far. All right, they're going to commit to this anyways, despite the fact this was clearly going to be a one channel. They lose another member here. If we see another drag, this could just be a kill. There it is! Lockdown gets stunned, and that is another kill. Hyde with no health here. The phase shift in to try to give BDG enough to dive. He was never going to, but they got excited there for a moment. They've tied up the core health, taken experience lead. Very well played by Mighty. I
am impressed by Good's Dehaka play so far today. His tongue grab, the drag has been oftentimes, of course, that maybe you didn't catch it. Isolation missed, but still, he got the drag and he got the kill. Oftentimes, every single time Tempest, when they get excited, they try to overextend, go for the next target, try to push in, take the risk and take more. But there was always Dehaka getting that CC, perfect target focusing, trying to turn that around. That's how this started. Sign overextended a little bit, the drag onto ETC, and that's how Tempest started to lose the entire team fight.
Well, with this map, with the globals, is one of the big goals is to get a bell tower lead, and they almost have done it. This one is very low. Had Tempest not rotated as quickly as they did, that would have been a bell tower kill with the sappers. And so, you know, the extension you mentioned for Tempest that leads into that position where they lost the sapper camps could have caused them to lose a bell tower. They kept it alive, though. You lose a bell tower against a comp like this, you will be at bell tower down for the rest of the game, just because of how globals work.
So Sonya has to come top now. I believe the top bell tower is somewhat damaged, not too damaged. They're trying to punish Good.
Oh my god, he gets the grab, though.
Power
so
slide canceled right there.
Such good accuracy on his grabs today, and he also saw this coming a mile away. Bell tower lost, by the way, because of this commitment. Let's see if they ever stay even on bell towers. Sure, if they get a wipe, that it'll happen, but if that doesn't happen, will they ever be able to regain it? I don't know about that. This is going to be the last triple.
Well, let's see, that will be a start, and the right wing is already at the bottom, so Tempest, they want to punish this before this altar is taken, to focusing down on the Joker.
Honkono is channeling as well, so it's going to be a trade for bot and left. Right side, though, is on the red side of the map, so this is a great position for Mighty to take the lead. Remember, they're 5 versus 3 in terms of shots fired. Shield Glare this time completely connects. Okay, here we go. Phase shift in. This is going to be the commitment. The grab onto Sign here. He's still got Mosh Pit, so they got to be careful about this. Mighty might be willing to let this go at this point. Shield Glare commits again, though. Okay, BDG is going in. Adaptation, or sorry, not adaptation, the isolation used here, but it's not enough. They have this perfectly timed sound barrier to mitigate that Dragon Blade damage. BDG's Dragon Blade is all but worn off here.
Here's the Mosh Pit, and the Twilight Gym connects onto 2 targets, but damage is not enough at the moment. Seems
not
like
for picks,
will continue.
They don't get any kills, but I think they've won the fight with this exchange. That sound barrier from Honkono was so well placed. Magi is the target here, has a little bit more armor, but gets rooted again. Hyde with the roots tonight. Heals coming through, but this fight is definitely won for Tempest.
The Hyde is now low on mana. The healing may not be enough when they are losing HP. Honkono's healing will come over time, but against the burst, against all the damage coming out from HG2, surviving
He's still alive.
Fight.
Polly. And I mean, Hyde's got, as you say, no mana, but 5v4, because Lucio exists, even as you say, the mana isn't enough for Hyde, but Honkono has unlimited mana, he has unlimited healing. Speed boost here, going to help him get the pick on a Joker. Does commit to the shield, or the Blessed Shield coming through, and the Emerald Wind. Will this be enough damage? Hyde barely survives, he's barely got enough mana for a Q. And they're going to start the channel again.
That was the second ice block coming up from Malfury in this team fight. That's how long the team fight was. The cooldown was back already. He's still low on mana. BDG's trying to delay this channeling as he's the Genji.
Arcane Flare's going to come over the wall. They will delay one more time.
So close.
So Arcane did delay, but he's going to die for it, I think. Look at this. Nasong just barely gets out. They will get the channel. It's only 3. And Mighty was so willing to fight for that, though. It was crazy. They were fighting like 3v5 the whole time, it felt like. Honkono was the extra healing from Lucio is what sustained them through that fight, despite the lack of mana. Brightwing and Lucio operate similarly in terms of their healing in an area, but Honkono's positioning was always better because Mighty was down a member the entire time and was always trying to have the shots over the wall with the Arcane Flare from Magi, and of course the the fact that Lucio just does larger healing over time.
But he's going for boss. They realize the Tempest is going for the bell tower, and they will have the macro control even after it. Great decisioning here, as it is very close right now, 19 to 18.
So we had the question, would they ever retake the bell tower? They do, but at the cost of losing boss, as you say. And so 4 shots go in. Mighty takes the lead yet again. But at least Tempest has all bell towers up and all bell towers healthy. And in fact, they're looking to pressure this one in the bot themselves. Will they invade this Sapper camp? It's been scouted already by Joker. Sapper camp to the top can be pushed in with the globals. They're both pushing top. Funny to see 2 globals in top like this, but just going to get ready to teleport down. Look at how safe Mighty plays it. Running the globals away now when the rotation comes up. 20 is reach now for both teams.
Those teams playing super safe at the moment because the next team fight may just determine who will take this game. As if Tempest takes it, it could be just the end of the series after game 3. They do not want that pressure, of course. Mighty, whenever they go late game, they tend to play super safe, not try to lessen their mistakes from coming out. Even focusing on the globals at the moment.
Okay. Starting to go into these final few shrines here. This one's a double. Sign, Poly gets out of the Poly. Brad the Berserker committed here now. They want this to be their fight. Blessed Shield comes in. The silence here again is going to push everybody back. Unfortunately, that Emerald Wind did not connect the way Lhasa wanted.
He has to be Divine Shielded.
Self-Divine Shield, but this is going to be a lost altar for sure.
Hyde is carrying Tempest so hard. Whenever each of their members is focused and solo, Twilight Dream has been effective every single time.
Honkono's barriers too have been really good. He didn't have to use one in this fight, but because he didn't, that's why I was saying they're going to get this, I said altar, but I meant bell tower. They do back off though. They're not going to commit fully. Still down 3. This is an incredibly close game. Just going to roam as 5 right now. If they could grab a bell tower while doing so, it would be awesome for them, considering that they're very likely to lose that top bell tower.
Seems like Tempest wants to make it even by having this 3 sappers going in as a core damage. They hit 20. Dehaka brush talks down.
Yeah, commitment here. Got the flank coming in from Joker. Only gets the 1 condemn here.
Drag misses from Dehaka.
All right. Here comes the sapper. Is just going to hit the sentry tower here, it looks like. Not even hitting the bell tower. So huge commitment here on the side of Tempest to get that bell tower because they knew they would likely lose the top. But they did force Dehaka down, so they saved top. It is going to deal with this huge wave up here, but still a decent position for Tempest. It could have been worse. Forcing that rotation down. Good reaction by Mighty. Sonya's going to go clear that top, so the bell tower will live to see another day. We're going to go into this next altar 4v4 in terms of shots. So Sapper's going to be active bot. They want to commit to this bell tower.
Genji, but has deflect available now.
Oh, knocked him out of the root. I don't think that he should have knocked him out of that root. I didn't actually see exactly what the timing of that was. Might have not been hit by the root regardless, but Sappers will be cleaned. Still going to be that 4v4 bell tower. Daka's rotating in by foot.
I think how long Dehaka can... they're trying to punish Sonya from rotating. That's
Such a sick punish! Such a sick punish there. Very well played. As you say, it could be game ending. Not going to be the win here off of this one, but it should be a bell tower. Goods should head top and take down that bell tower top.
And maybe more in this game because they have the double globals, and Boss will not be back in another 2 to 3 minutes. But when they attack, they take the macro like that. When they have the advantage, they're up against 4 members only. Let's see how well they can use this time to bring this game for themselves. Johanna's the only one that they do not have so much range damage. This was what I was talking about even before the game, when they do not have all the pokes, any pokes like this.
Yeah, bell tower goes down though. Top bell tower going to be very vulnerable. No one available to go up there and deal with that top lane right now. We could find ourselves in a 6-2 split here. So they're rotating up now. They're taking the safe way. Their sapper gets nullified though. I mean, will this live? They are sending, or it looked like they were going to send. They changed their mind. They came back. They're going to try to trade this one out, but this is what I was talking about. When you lose one against this comp, you're pretty much always going to be down one, no matter what. Sappers go into the top. Bell tower will go down here. So exactly traded. In fact, they're going to try to protect this. They're diving in. Daka can come in with the brush stalker right on the left side there. This is risky.
Or slide next. Divine Shield available. Magi's not going to even use it.
He has redemption, so he doesn't necessarily need it. Daka will need to come down, actually. Teleports down now at an odd angle. Twilight Dream used very early. Magi comes out of redemption, still has that Divine Shield. All right, this one matters a lot more for Tempest than it does for Mighty. If Mighty gets this, they can win with pretty much any win condition on the map. Tempest cannot let this one go. All right, coming in for a flank is Joker. Huge condemn. But we see the Dragon Blade committed to. Here it comes. Ice Block's already used. Divine Shield.
So
Hyde's in trouble.
And Hyde will be going down. He's the first one.
Salmir just too late. It's just a little bit too late. He's dead now. Hyde is out of this fight.
Good gets very low. Great park line. And the Mosh canceled instantly, though.
BDG maintaining that Dragon Blade. So much damage here in the late game. BDG gets hit, though, by the spear. Lockdown is going to try to burn him down. He barely lives through it. Joker just trying to force everybody back. He comes back in. Oddly there, BDG doesn't get healed. Was expecting that Q, I suppose. This is certainly Tempest altar to take now. There's the second kill there. BDG with a bit of a throw. Or, you know, you could argue, I suppose, because he wasn't healed there by Magi, because the blame is shared between the two of them, but that certainly did not work. Joker does have indestructible, I believe, so should not die, but they still want to bait it out. Oh, will they get it? Yep. So that's a huge win. That's a long cooldown.
Lots of questions in the team fight, but okay. Still, game goes on, and they want to take as many bell towers as possible before the next rotation. They may be a little bit greedy about this, trying to push in for extra bell tower. Of course, Hyde is back. But Sign's just going to channel.
Okay, so 4 shots going through. They're not going to be super greedy with this. Not going to go for the 5. They'll get the 4 from the boss as well. So they're actually going to take a lead in this game for the first time in 10 minutes. And so let's see what happens with this next altar phase, because it's going to decide the game, right? We're going to trade altars back here again. It's going to be the 4 for 4 still. 5 for 4 for like 2 seconds, and then
7 to
6. Yeah. So
this is an insane game what we have between.
The next altar, I believe, is double. We don't go to 26-minute games on this map too often, although it's the map we go to pretty often into the late game, more than others, but still, it's quite rare to see a game go this close and this long. If it is double, then it could be all it takes for one of these teams to win the map is winning the team fight early.
So Hyde was trying to punish the overextension from Uther coming back alive. Had to use the Twilight Dream, which was not available when Genji dove in, so that's why he died right after the ice block. No punishment from the Twilight Dream means just Genji free damage.
Yeah, it was used so early in the fight. Same with the ice block, so BG was very happy with that exchange, especially when you have Infinity Dragon Blade. You're not really worried about the timing of your Dragon Blade, you're just worried about the cooldowns of the mouth. Okay, this is going to be the fight. Not want to take it under Bell Tower. They really want to shove these in. This is risky. Joker does not have Indestructible yet. He will have it soon, probably in like 30 seconds. But that is going to mean that he needs to play a little bit more safely. So
yes,
it is double.
Take a look at the top Bell Tower, please.
So it's getting closer up there.
Dehaka has been pushing for the last 30 seconds.
Yeah. So
he may get it this time.
it's actually huge. Still not going to save money from a double. Okay.
The double will finish with
Double
3
will still
plus 3.
finish, so still kind of a risky move here.
He has to join in for the team fight. And yeah, but in terms of macro, if they're looking for 1-1 trade, then they will have the upper hand.
It looks like he's just waiting right now to brush stock in at the best possible moment, the best possible angle. Lockdown's checking for this. Okay, this is it. This is going to probably decide this game. Tempest cannot lose both. Neither team can lose both. It's all what this next phase decides. If they trade, we'll have one more.
Dehaka actually walks down.
Now wants to save his brush stock for a potential flank. All right, going to go in here looking for the pick onto Sonya. Mosh pit not used, not interrupted, just simply not used. Okay.
Red button drops from H82, trying to just poke down the enemy, making them go back because they want to have the channeling.
Holy Shock used here for the interrupt. Here's that flank I was talking about. Icebox used early. BDG's going to draw out the Dragon Blade with the deflection. Divine Shield gets the kill on the Hyde. They made it happen last time here. Again, Honkono's Soundbarrier too late to save him. Will they be able to finish the fight that they couldn't finish last time? BDG is maintaining that Dragon Blade, but the Mosh is going to catch all 3. And that may actually just win Tempest this game. Well, it's going to save them at least. I forgot the other altar had been taken, so we'll save them at least. We are going to that next altar, in fact.
Sign is God on that ETC. Of course, all the CC, everything was used, so Mosh Pit easier time, and they had to cost Hyde's life because of that. He couldn't even use the Twilight Dream because of all that CC. So many usage onto, just to take focus onto Malfurion, but that mosh pit was beautiful. They could have just lost the game like that, but they want to go in for this bell tower because the boss will be coming up soon. They want to have a little bit more pressure. Even a kill onto Nasang would be great.
Force does ice block, yeah. Saves himself there. They could try to use these sappers to actually end the game right now. Mighty likewise can do the same up here top, which is why right now Tempest needs to be careful. Their sappers cannot, Tempest cannot win the game from sappers. Well, they can now.
One more shot.
Yeah, so the sappers can end the game for either team. It will take twice as many, obviously, for
Someone
Mighty
needs to
than it will
go
for Tempest.
deal with the top, though.
Yeah, well, they have a lot of time. They're hearthing home. But if they actually mess this up, they lose.
Lucio is coming, and we'll have the boop. But if Right Wing just uses Poly, it will take some time, and just in time, they do come. The entire team come, actually.
Yeah, this means that the Sapper Camp bottom will not do anything. They will retake this bell tower. Good retake spot, or sorry, mid, so they will retake bot as well.
Okay, but if the next one is a triple, that's a big problem for Tempest.
It's only going to be, singles, double, I believe, for the rest of the map. So I think the next one is single. So it's like sudden death elimination, okay? Like, this is what it all comes down to, this next phase, this next altar boss as well. It should be up soon, 20 seconds. Oh my god. All right, boss in 20. Altar should be up in about 30.
Did we ever have a 30-minute game on TOD, Wolf?
Not this year. We've not had one quite like this. So we have seen comebacks, but never one as back and forth as this. Okay, going to be Mighty trying to control the boss zone first. 5 seconds on that. Again, about 25 or so for the next announcement of Altar. Okay, lockdown, face checks here. He gets grabbed. This might be it. Sign does get a huge power slide off, though. Ice block used earlier for Nasang. Great control here from Joker with the Blessed Shield. Isolation wasting a lot of the time with the Odin. There's the grab. They want to kill H82. The Dragon Blade is going to get the kill here. Twilight Dream not going to stop him because he's got Divine Shield. Lockdown is going to drop his Ignore Pain, but again the Maj, the game changer here, interrupted. However, there's just not enough damage on the side of Tempest, and BDG with his Genji plays is going to carry this last fight. Deflection here will keep him alive for that phase shift to get the extra shield, and that, my friends, is how Mighty will tie up this series 1-1.
Oh my goodness, that is insane. Why did Lockdown face check into that bush? It had to force out a power slide coming up from Sign. Couldn't really defend. So much damage went in already. Honkono just knows that they lost the game already, so they're just having fun at the moment. But that team fight, they had lots of tools, so Sonya didn't have to be the one going in just like that. Sign, they could have just waited for a second, and that costed them the entire game. Of course, a long game, stressful. a lot of pressure, but that kind of mistake cannot happen, and that will bring us back to 1-1.
Brings us to a 1-1. The series is anyone's to take. What an incredible game that was, and what an incredible series this will turn out to be. Honkono with some great sound barriers in the early game, but in the late game he was not blameless. There were several sound barriers that did not save either H82 or Hyde. And I think that those are going to be some unhappy moments for Honkono and his fans tonight. If you're a Tempest fan, you got to be waiting for those better sound barriers. BDG shakes his head because he knows post 20 Genji is a force to be reckoned with. All right, guys, we're tied 1-1. I didn't know this night was going to end up like this, especially not a 30-minute plus.
Yeah, post 30-minute game on TOD between Tempest and Mighty. I really thought Mighty didn't have enough damage, but after 20, Infinite Genji Blade can do some amount of damage with, and as you called it, it was different. He had the shield, then he can do whatever he wants to bring out that maximum damage. But without the shield, game one, he was pressured. He couldn't really do free damage. But that's the kind of play we see with Genji combined with Uther, as you called it out.
Yeah, and that was huge. Also, the fact that this map is a channel-based objective map. If they want to run the same comp, I think they will definitely take us to Curse Hollow, like 100%. Especially given that they're going to run Brightwing, so sure control of the boss zones is very important there with the
maybe just the Dragonshire. I think that is one of their best maps actually. If they can actually they did not play as well as this, even if they had that double support, double global. But today they seem to be just flawless about the macro control, and if they continue to do this on Dragonshire or on one of the bigger maps like you called out, Cursed Hollow, they may actually trap Tempest with the macro today.
I just feel like the Cursed Hollow, because of the channeling, is going to be a great option. We're going to find out very soon, guys. We're going to take a very short break. We have another special video like we had yesterday for you guys as well. So check that out and stay tuned. We'll be back in about 10 minutes time to close out this series. See you then.